These two teams are going to be bashing heads against each other. Brazil up against NA. Let's see who comes out on top as Inspire finds Havoc right off the rip.
Yeah, quick catch after the jump up to the root, and Inspire is just gonna check Rafa as well. A quick walk-in, a quick try two frags for Envy as they'll take over the A side. Inspire, okay. All right, he's gonna just get started like this. I suppose that's how it's gonna be. Do they let him go for 4? Of course they do. He's Inspired. Digizine can at least shut that down, but Envy will take over the A site just as Envy does just about every round.
Yeah, and that time around, I mean, you don't expect, out of all the possible agents to kind of push through, you don't expect the Cypher to be the one to just kind of walk in and find a couple of heads. Craziness, but now, Conan and DG's moving through here, up against 4. This is asking for a lot.
Yeah, a lot with basically nothing in the tank. Digizine is just going to walk quite a bit up without even using that blind side. Conan just having to go for the 1-4, and Envy has more than enough resources.
And take those fights, so pretty quick first round here, but Havoc starting us off with a crispy headshot on Dexter.
Getting a little further forward this time to try to combat the A presence that they know is there, and in fact, Rafa's gone up and taken that Marshall and tried to get some extra free fire with it. They'll grab 2 out of this cluster. So they'll once again have to work off of Inspire, who's the one who did not buy the gun. And he turns Digizine ready for the 2nd time in that duel. And he'll be met by a lot more of the firepower this time around. But now Conan's here to counteract, and with the help of the snake fight, they're able to condense. Fortunately, don't seem to hit their mark, so they'll have to just enter with the double TP. But Kane has made this work with this Bucky, and he's walked up the river to find a free kill too.
Not again.
He is just unstoppable with this Bucky. It doesn't matter what else he does for the rest of the round. So stupid. And so Envy will get the free plant onto C. Kane! Now he's got a little more. Don't you worry, he'll do just fine. Low. TSS slowly but surely chipping away at the space. Second blindside, Extra catches 2. Immediacy in the swing. Into the follow-up frag, and Poppin is watching the angle. Envy attempts to lock it down, but Team Solid find the opening from the back line, can start running it down. Inspire slowly backing away, facilitating Poppin to get that second crossfire angle. But PXS can crunch it, and Rafa can close it. Clear the crowd, but they do have Extra way ahead of it, and then the Nightfall to try and let him go forward, but Team Solid will just duck into it. Digizine with the TP to the back as well. And the timing is once again far more perfect than Envy's. In they enter. Kane Zera, next point of attack. This Bucky not ringing true this time, though it comes close. At Envy, this rate, they might just try and conserve the 2 remaining rifles while trying to take the pot shots that they can, but those will quickly get policed as Conan finds a solid angle to hold that defuse the whole way through. Team Solid will take the lead. Smoke set across the stairs, but the Boombot is not going to be able to only find it, but still gets the kill. And Digizine on the drop still cracks open 1. It's only Havoc that can be properly punished at the moment, and only Kane Zera that's left standing on site. Once again, he'll have to extend as the spike is left deserted in the 1v2. He's quickly found Digizine, though. And Envy have the opportunity.
I don't know if Kane's aware of Rafa's position, but as soon as that goes, that might be the
30 seconds left.
round here as Rafa finds the kill. It's that patience that plays off.
Havoc, this time with his own bit of aggression on top of a seize, and he's just gonna spray on top of the haunt into the showstopper. Havoc and Digizine lay waste. Ion left to just pick up what little pieces are left on the main line.
Board come all Team Solid. Now, after they find this final kill onto Inspire here, it will be 6-2. Kind of keep this honest.
Inspire starting to get a little antsy on these lurks, and so the pack fights mean that much more to Envy on the pistol. Nightfall to counteract, but a beautiful TP setup from Extra, crucially not been checked. Now it will be. Poppin caught, and Digizine gonna just take that solo fight quickly now that that drift is done, but Poppin still wins it with the stinger, no less. Now the duel against PXS. Let's see how well he can manage this. The clock already seems to have gone Envy's way. It just comes down to how many guns you can get rid of in the meanwhile, and Poppin might deal with PXS too. Nearly, yes. But even so, yeah, clock is not Team Solid's ally this round, and they'll already have to give this away. So Envy will get a 3rd round on the board, an unconventional Thrifty that will net some guns back for their side as well. Although Inspire, this is the most vintage version of himself he's played so far this game. Really tough lurk that might have to be the linchpin yet again, as a post-plant Nightfall will guarantee the backhaul positions, and Inspire does indeed find Rafa. Team Solid now able to focus solely on making their way back in after that door is hit from the mound. Envy playing for a long-range post as Ion is kept close. Time once again ticking, and Team Solid have to act. Creeping down the river, this is where they felt strongest. Havoc trying to Gauge some of that gunfire as the orb goes up from Conan, and they spin the
Huge
box.
crunch.
Ion easily taken care of. PXS already extended to the mound, but Poppin quickly punishes Conan, the next line of defense, and that's all Team Solid need.
Conan, 4th in the team for kills, is also at 7.
Inspire, another walk-up, another first blood connection for him. Seems like the more ridiculous he gets, the better he does in a game like this. And he's already almost had to discipline himself a bit because he recognizes how clean Team Solid plays. Assumes he can't necessarily get away with as much, but now that Kane's Era has applied the showstopper, PXS will get sandwiched from the baby door and allow Inspire to get his second of the round. On A, just, yeah, assuming that Inspire is going to be hanging out here anyway. Beautiful TP by Ion, and Conan's prepared, but Ion sticks it and wins that. That's odd. Inspire does get his as well on a PXS before it's counter-fragged, and this time Envy does feel like they've outpaced the situation. Exactly what you want to see from them. Popping on the back step. Rafa's gotten here early, and now Kainzera has to police it in the 1v1, meaning Team Solid have a lot more pressure from the back hole. Rafa wins again against Kainzera, and it goes back the way of Team Solid. A showstopper out from Havoc to try to zone away, and Rafa's finally dealt with, but Team Solid have repositioned to the waterfall swing. Attempting to breach through this last smoke. And Digizine does have one more curveball in the tank, but it's countered by Extra Zone. Yoru for Yoru frag. And the instant reposition by Digizine isn't in time. No, Ion is prepared. And Digizine taking the other prong in the B site. Nice condensed space for both these duelists to run amok. Kainzera and Inspire, though, finding their pokes. Able to get a quick 3v5 established, and thus Team Solid will abandon ship, head over to the A site, snake through the stairs, and they found Kainzera. But still so many cutoff points, and yeah, this attack is looking weaker by the second. So many open angles that Rafa has to manage, and he will. Spike is well protected, and now Rafa stands alone with 39 HP. Envy were able to pluck the feathers of that attack quite quickly, and from there it seems Solid. They try to fly the coop, but Envy... Oh, Rafa! Don't make me do it now! Inspire... He's done this every damn round, and he will do it again to save the pistol. I love this response from Poppin with the Ares in tandem with his Guardian that he's now gotten for himself. Fun little arsenal that Conan is going to start pressing. And yeah, there's plenty of round left, and not much time for Envy to try and press this, and Conan has fully circled the boat. Team Solid, they only got to deal with one front, and Inspire is approached. It's another follow-up to the pistol.
But Ion right now has a chance to kind of make magic happen here.
Havoc yet again the startup, and the showstopper has found its entryway as the baby door was burned early. Kane is gone. Ion found in the meantime on the rubble peak. And Envy's early sticks yet again come up near empty. Havoc is on 1 bloody HP after that send-off. Poppin early to this. Of course he's gonna fight it. Shoots the decoy cut out by Digizine, but he still manages to take the 1v. Swings out into PXS again. God, Envy's members just do not want to stop fighting. Ridiculous. And now the rest of Envy, yeah, forced to just dive into the fire. This looks about as done as it could get. And the Brazilian crowd is starting to feel it, Marks.
Onto the C site as they flood in.
Showstopper out from Kainzera, and he's blinded, decapitated by Havoc. He's not done. Catches Inspire in the back as well. That was all that they needed, too. Everybody else just focusing on their own little home. Teams are on the list that have bested them to even this degree, but certainly not like this. Kane yet again. God, he might have to get another booster shot after this. Clearly, something's still up. Poppin will take his place, and Conan just goes back in, cashes out. Oh, let's bait Ion next with a decoy, sure.
Everything that Envy want to do. And they're so ready for it. Like, look at that. Like, they kind of know what's happening there. And actually, Inspire and Exeter find a couple of picks, so this is still contested, 3v3.
Inspire's rested on that camera quite a bit, and it's once again brought him so much ground off rip here for Exeter to feel comfortable enough to go for the crunch. And Ion ready at the door. It's once again all about timing here for Envy, but if Team Solid are the ones that can spring the trap, you paranoid Extra, he's trapped away. Inspire has to police, but Conan gets both, and he's on for the ace! Oh, are you kidding me?
Except all it takes is a bit of heroics from Conan, and all of that goes goodbye, as Havoc says goodbye to Inspire. Team Solid on map point.
Out the gate, you still have one shotgun in the tank from Ion, and he's going to be the first threat to meet here. Exter able to tap quite a bit of damage away from the high ground before getting cleared back, but Team Solid have rounded out the site in a 3v2. And Conan on the way back with a Viper's Pit just in case Team Solid decide to aggravate that much more. But Exter's gonna get there first and use his Dimensional Drift now to force away so much of this preventative util onto solely Ion, who can't do jack. It's just Exter left, and he's able to get away with 2 with the Judge. Havoc on a crumb of health. Both members of these teams can breathe on each other, and it's over. Havoc gets one away, and that's it. Team Solid. It hasn't been many teams before that have done it like this to Envy.
Flying? That's really hard to say.
Already, you know, you're going to have to babysit Kane a little bit more with this waylay pick, as he can only manage kind of one prong at a time. But turning back to PXS on the entry, and the rest of the stack of Envy has made it here. They are more than ready to fight it out, and Poppin is going to grab a quick briefer for Envy's sake. And we'll cross. Oh, Exter not managing to find a head here. And Jacine finding Poppin off the rip here. Kane Zera, quick backstab, does force them to kind of save face for a second, and because of that, Havoc has been left alone with this classic. So it should be an easy 2v2 on the site that Team Solid settle on, which is not the B site, as Havoc is now alone. We split our resources, but we also have such split health for Team Solid that it doesn't really matter. Ion can just kind of breathe away. Has he really been able to get this down? Do they turn? No, they don't! Ion down! Extra in the 1v1. And Digizine has already gotten 2 on his plate now. If there's anybody who could get this last kill, it is him. Could it be a third Thrifty after the pistol? Exter, surely the read onto Hell is known, but that spike plant is unsafe. And Digizine watching the outskirts of the Jenny!
So
Whoever steps back from CT has to be aware of this. Of course, you do have the worst guns. I don't expect you to necessarily be able to work it, but... Hey, Ion is with that shorty in the smoke, and Inspire from Hell gets those classic shots down. 30 seconds to go, and the spike ain't on site yet.
30 seconds
PXS. Oh, he ran out of points. What?
Player standing.
Kane finds him, follows him, and Conan in the 1v3. Smoke set up on the top to try and manifest a one-way. Hunter's Fury out from Poppin to scope out Hell. But PXS has still managed to zone himself away.
Wow.
And crack open too. This kid is insane today. Exter on high. Op shot to reopen. And a minute on the clock left with Team Solid. Yeah, PXS is in, so it feels like you have to commit to contesting.
Well, actually, Envy decided to hold back. One away from getting Hunter's Fury online as well. Poppin does have that recon.
Team Solid gonna stick that down. Kane in with the light speed. PXS all rests on him. Is it gonna be 5? No, Kane Zera.
Unfortunately misses the shot there onto Kane Zera.
That's Digizine using both of his cloud bursts to try and bait a fight on the entry through market, and instead he doesn't find a thing. Kane Zera is still kicking, and the dimensional drift is gonna target him down. None of that play from Team Solid came up right, and Envy is able to once again lock it down. Havoc on this lurk is yet again Team Solid get a free sight, but Exter can nip that in the bud and keep it to a 3v2 retake. Still though, time is crunching. Team Solid is held to this. Rafa has the 1v. Exter contact, and he's low. You get sequenced back though, and Envy can try again. Clear out with the recon to let Exter in for free, and Conan to swing it. Now Poppin having to clear that early. Shock Dart knocks him down to 29. As Inspire has once again made his way up to main. Rafa prepared for his own 1v, and Inspire's down in the pool too. Everybody's walking away with bruises in this round, as Inspire holds the defuse for Poppin on top of the smoke. Poppin's gonna hold it, but Conan can spray. The danger of Inspire's util. The trapwire still has to get burned away though on the entry. And Ion, beautiful paranoia to crunch this fight, and Kane and Poppin are here for it. It's Havoc that has to wrap it up, and he can't do a damn thing. Barely had to move. Oh, and Inspire just gonna walk it down, get away with a freebie. Hey, that's some Envy stuff.
I know
And look at the push-up
where you are.
from the other two. Yeah, you're gonna have to back it up thanks to that piece of information, but Rafa is watching this, so we'll be able to find one. Looks for the other, but Ion comes out on top, barely staying alive. Safe passage, though, still onto this B site. But actually, the call gets made. PXS wants to go on to A. Probably a group up here, but Exter and Ion are both watching this site.
Yeah, on top of the high-low. So PXS, and he has to use his other flash just to clear out the tree room, so it's going to be dry contact into the Jenny. And that is easy for Envy.
Ion's position. Okay, Exter actually goes for the dimensional drift to get that information. And once again, this is an aggressive Envy play.
And that's everybody. And Ion's paranoia, once again, so well timed this time around on top of it. So Spike stranded. Rafa is going to go ahead and use that from the shadows to make his way to the A site with that spike he faked to, but I mean, Havoc is still stuck. So Rafa, yeah, he's got to do extra work before he can safely get this spike down, and he's stepping back before
remaining.
Heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Inspire
Spike
through the
down
glass.
A. 30 seconds
And
left.
that should be a 9-3 scoreline for Envy. Havoc Yeah, 25 seconds to go. Miles to conquer. And Envy make it 9-3. Performance against Team Solid.
Well, Inspire actually gonna be moving things forward, but DGZen actually finds it and gets all that info.
Very overextended, and Digizine quickly able to counteract and deal a second frag in the meantime. But Kainzera will clip PXS's wings. Gotta catch it though. Cage looks up, he pinged it, Havoc pings back. Deals a load of damage to Poppin on their way in through the lane, and he'll finish. The pool as Poppin dares to challenge. Ion will as well, and he will come up all right. But still a 1v2 and all is said and done. And not much time or space to get this spike safely down. Still though, literally zero util in the bank here for either of these players after the smoke goes down from Rafa. So I'll just walk right up, and Ion with his own smoke on the stairs to negate one of these sight lines. And one of the players immediately in the 1v1 against Conan. Ion clutches it up! Solid's players now. Kainzera, lightspeed for intel. Rest of the stack comes in, and Digizine guesses wrong. Oh, that's one of my favorite clones I've seen yet from Exter, and that's been one of my favorite parts of his... That's been my favorite part of his kit this whole time. Conan locking it down in Boathouse, though, with this Phantom, and Havoc is back as the cavalry arrives. PXS finalizes, and the bonus is swiftly dealt with after that amazing opening.
Whoa.
And the spray into the smoke as well. I love that aggression on top of Rafa's smoking, but Envy strikes back with their own level of aggression and gets 2 for 2 on the entryway. Still, Kainzera has to act now with this... Bucky, and Ion actually takes the spread with him, so knocks it down to a 3v2. And Kane again! How does he infect continuously like this? And Ion, I mean, that's half for funsies, but half to truly guarantee this. Give Kane one more as you hear him running on down. Oh, Conan gets good timing, so we can reset. At least make it a 1v2.
Well, it's full shields as well. Recon Dart should be coming on. Oh, yeah, it's actually too far out here, so I'm gonna just try and take this one normally. Like, they are ready to go to mine to make this a 3-map series.
Oh, and they'll immediately dig their elbow into PXS, who has tried to get up in the pocket, and Conan actually able to strike back with the Hunter's Fury onto such an aggressive channel, and the Lurk also caught. So it's a 3v4 entering, and Rafa and Conan burn it down. Waylay is in. Kainzera not firing. Saturate to guarantee the kill. A little bit of overextension, so Havoc can at least skirt this and find the remainder of Kainzera's health pool, but they've already made their way to lane, and Exter is solid for that. Ion re-extending from the shack, and that's the spike in his hand. So Exter in this 1v3, and this would be another rifle round shutdown on behalf of Team Solid, once again dragging advantage back in their direction here on the defense. Paranoia, to let the walls start to close in, you still gotta play this surgically, and Team Solid will.
Let's go. Let's see this one play out as Kainzera goes in.
Yeah, first light speed in for intel on the market, and he still finds Digizine. He gets a buff with this Bucky, I swear. He's unreal with it. And we're in. No dimensional drift required, by the way. And Inspire has found his lurk pick. Everything's coming up, Envy. Of course it's the round that you least expected. The timeout doing everything for Envy. And sure, let that Hunter's Fury fly. You won't get another round to use it. Twin 13-7s to take us to map 3, y'all. Team Solid, Team Envy, they're both given everything. He's been fine with using these a little early for the dry contact offs. And a regrowth onto the first damage pool trade as Ion is able to hold down the lurk from Conan. So it is just that presence from the Garden. And last time Envy just had to manage this one line of attack. It went pretty well for them. Rafa, though, has a bit more to say about it. Digizine escorted upward, and so it's a 1v2 at the end.
How much of an impact that will be coming around here as Kainzera tries to find that early kill.
Havoc has barely made it through, and he's turned it into a frag against Kane. And Digizine, in the meantime, has sprung the trap on Inspire from the long visage. Exter with this Outlaw has to do a lot of heavy-duty work, and Ion has made his way back. The cavalry has come calling, and so Envy should be able to close this, right? Conan! Shot rings true on the Sheriff. Dink goes popping, and Envy have to re-up the wide angles. Digizine holding it down from Lips. Has it really happened again? Definitely dangerous going forward. Inspire, unchecked. Oh, but bides his time, because no one's checking him, and the Classic needs a couple shots to guarantee the kills. Does a hell of a lot of damage to Rafa. Looks like Envy could be able to wrap back this Thrifty here, as Poppin circles, makes his way back. PXS, the only line of defense left now, and on the Stinger, it's so hard for him to do it on his own. The Haunt destroyed, Spike left half, PXS in the pool, and Inspire gets 3! As the entry from Poppin and Exter comes through and kills 2 for 2, but Digizine ends up recovering and making the space back to play for Team Solid, having a slightly advantageous 3v3. Inspire does have to stay a tad bit back.
Down, but Envy are already here, and you know they're going to take the fight.
Yep. Zera ready for it immediately. Oh, but he's so in the open at the moment. Still able to find decisive. Turns on a Conan! Sure, he has a couple people helping and watching, but the kid does it all on his own. Popping more birds, though. So this is probably the best chance that Team Solid has to condense.
Ooh.
Nightfall, another trapwire. Inspire, these TikTok-ass setups. Just catching so much! Come on, man, he does it again! Kane! Give it all to Inspire!
Last player standing.
And everyone from Envy's gonna get in on the fun for that round. Spray down on a Digizine too! These reads are nuts, man! Kane, wow, didn't wait a second to pop that ultimate. Wants to nail down Havoc here and now. And Havoc will luckily take care of that. But in the meantime, Ion is still puppy guarding this spike. And yeah, Conan, I mean, he's a mountain dwarfing a molehill at the moment. And so Viper's Pit will get tossed in here by Ion to try to discourage the aggression, but PXS is able to find him in the swarm and take down Puppet on the counter. TSS is all over this round, and they'll make it look easy. Have the guns they need to set up for the remainder of this half. Try to go for the recovery. It had to happen basically now or never. For the short, where this Viper's Pit is still sitting, and the clock is ticking. Envy running out of opportunities to be able to break through this. And Conan holding close, the shorty ready for him. He just sprays down Ion, but Inspire is taken down too. Simply put though, confirm the crowd's still in the sand. Inspire is very close to this. He gets ahead of the Prowler and finds Havoc! How does he find that window, bro? I'm losing my mind. And Kane has made his way in and T-boned this entire push. It's all Envy in the scoreboard. 5 for 4-8. Exter, aggressive dimensional drift to confirm a mini crowd here. Havoc ready for the other lineup though. Ion stepping into things. Exter now exiting and Kane crunching with him. So the spike is dropped on Showers. Envy guessed right on Exter's ulti. And they'll use it to try to babysit the rest of this round. Conan forced into cubby. Kane Zera beats him out and is now gonna run it down. 3! And it's just one of those days for him now. Maybe his flu's cleared up.
And they're both on Envy's side. Like, it has just been a fragging masterclass coming through. The DG's in, not ready to let go. Finds 2 at least before Kane Zera trades that one back.
And he might have to Thanos his way through this round as well in the 4v3, just running it down past the incendiary. Kane is over it, folks. That's a 20 bomb before round 13 is hit fully. It's an I'm him game from him. Does it wrap up the round though? Still a lot of it to go. And Inspire trying to facilitate the extension. Still not dead just yet, but PXS has done a lot of the damage pool. Is it all to set up Kane again? As he extends from the cage, Kane gets PXS! And Inspire once again babysitting. Conan falls! And the 3v4 falls to a 3v1 as Havoc's ankles are broken. And Kane, once again, held up as the first point of contact. Give it all to him. No, Havoc can at least beat that, but Inspire yet again.
It hardly ever works out in their favor. DGZin is the only one who is sometimes able to convert those around.
Envy gonna try and get this close contact on the Digizine. They're aware he's there, and Kane Zera waiting out. The Metal is still able to find the opening frag. On that push, Rafa canceling Inspire. Nice head tap, but he's been also hit by that, so still a 3v4 from Team Solid to retake. This is Envy just go from 0 to 100 again. Exter extends out of the smoke, finalizes Rafa's health pool, and Team Solid might already have to give it up. They might not even be allowed to do that. Conan forced to fire it out, and it's Exter's turn to go on a kill streak. It's just soloing. He's W King. He doesn't care anymore. Exter's on top, though. It's a foot race just to see who can get the kills first at this point. Team Solid are full tilted, and I swear, if Envy doesn't hard pick Bind for the remainder of this tournament, I'm gonna be upset. They're about to allow a total of 3 rounds to Brazil as a whole. Kane Zera popped, though, has to use his ultimate, and that'll waste a good amount of time on the spike itself as Inspire playing a foothold on the TP flank with the help of Ion. And after he will end up falling, it's just Exter on the site, but he'll dimensional drift to waste even more time. And the double peek out from the smoke, Inspire lays waste! PXS is only good for 1, and Envy have yet another dominant Bind performance to send another Brazilian team down.